the religious experience argument for the existence of God says that because people have experiences of God, that God must exist. So that the Alistair Hardy Research Unit say between 20 and 48% of people in the UK have at some point had an experience of the divine. And because so many people have had experiences of the divine, they cannot all be discarded as meaningless. And therefore, some of them must be genuine, and some of those genuine experiences show us that there is a God of which those experiences relate. William James's research in his book, The Varieties of Religious Experience, show that there are 4 common characteristics of mystical experiences. They are ineffable, they are noetic, they are transient, and they are passive. You can look those words up yourself. We don't want to get too tied into the meaning of these things. Richard Swinburne says that there are public and private experiences. There are different types of religious experience, a whole variety. But let's move on to what it means. Well, actually, William James's research shows that because there are common characteristics to these mystical experiences, it shows that there must be at least some validity to them, some kind of pattern. Really, we need to look at Swinburne to see how this argument develops. How do we get from I'm convinced that something happened to it actually did happen? How do we bridge the internal-external gap? St. Teresa of Avila said, I am convinced that God's dart pierced my heart. How do we get from I'm convinced God's dart pierced my heart to God's dart did pierce my heart? Well, Swinburne offers us 2 principles, the principle of testimony and the principle of credulity to do just that. The principle of testimony states that people that report experiences, they're telling the truth, generally speaking. That doesn't mean we should believe everyone, but unless there's a reason why I shouldn't believe someone, then actually I should take their word as true. So that unless I know someone is a compulsive liar, or I don't really know someone that well, then actually I would normally believe what they say. So that he turns the tables on the skeptics to say, why shouldn't I believe that person? Much more important principle is the principle of credulity. We've established that at least some people that have religious experiences are telling the truth. They're convinced that these things are what's happening to them. But how do we get from that to actually this did happen? Well, the principle of credulity says that things are as they seem. Things tend to be as they seem. So that if I think I see a boy out there with a clipboard, then there probably is a boy out there with a clipboard looking at me through the window. Now, I don't question things that I experience unless there's a reason for me to do so. I've been on drugs, I've been drinking, I'm not got particularly good eyesight. These sorts of things. If there's a reason for me to doubt them, then I should doubt them. But the principle of credulity states that give me a reason first why I shouldn't take these experiences seriously. And so, Swinburne is saying, if people have had an experience of God, or they think they have, then they probably have had an experience of God. The cumulative argument is something that Swinburne introduces as well, with a person called Carol Franks Davis. The Evidential Force of Religious Experience is the name of her book. Now, this is important because, according to the principle of credulity, we must therefore take not just experiences of God seriously, but those of Loch Ness Monster, aliens, and UFOs. Why? Because there are widespread reports of these things, and we have to take them seriously if things are as they seem. But the cumulative argument states, no, the religious experience argument isn't an isolated argument on its own. It should be taken with the other proofs for the existence of God, teleological argument, the cosmological argument, the ontological argument. If you take these things together, we can reject those other experiences and we can take God seriously, those experiences of the divine seriously. And actually, I think this is a really crucial part of the argument. Later, Anthony Flew will talk to us and tell us that this is the 10 leaky buckets argument. 10 weak arguments don't make a strong argument. Carol Franks Davis says, well, it may be possible to overlay those gaps so that the bucket does not leak. She doesn't go into too much detail about how that works. But the cumulative argument, if we're going to take it seriously, is actually crucial. Because without it, we have to take reports of all sorts of things very seriously indeed. Now, the main challenges to this religious experience argument are the vicious circle challenge, the conflicting claims challenge, and the psychological challenge. We can talk about the anti-realist challenge another time. The vicious circle challenge says, well, you'd expect people to see what they see. So you'd expect a Catholic to have a vision of the Virgin Mary at Lourdes or wherever it be. You'd expect a Muslim to have an experience of the Prophet Muhammad or some other such thing from the Quran. Things are to be expected. And therefore this argument is viciously circular because you can't use experiences to back up something which is already there. Instead, it should be the other way around, but it isn't. It's actually a product of faith rather than the source of faith. So that is the vicious circle challenge. The conflicting claims challenge says, look, if I take seriously this experience, and if I say that that experience means that whatever I'm experiencing is real, then I've got to take that seriously for every experience. So if I see Jesus, then that must mean that Jesus is real. If someone else sees the Prophet Muhammad, then that must mean that the Prophet Muhammad is real. Well, the conflicting claims challenge says this cannot be the case. They cannot both be true. We cannot take both these experiences seriously. Because fundamentally, Christianity and Islam, many things they have in common, be that as it may. They contradict on the key things. So, for instance, Jesus in Christianity is the Son of God. He died for sins. In Islam, he did not die on a cross, and he certainly wasn't the Son of God. So they cannot be taken seriously. And this is probably what David Hume would call a complete triumph for the skeptic. It's important to note that these first two challenges only apply to those specific religious experiences that have a specific deity involved. And the Astor Hardy Research Unit will say that most experiences that people have of the divine are feelings of overwhelming love, peace, or light, or something of that nature, not generic to a particular religion. And so, significant of those challenges are, they don't completely dismiss the argument. The psychological challenge says that religious experiences are merely psychological episodes, nothing more, and therefore they don't point to the existence of a divine being. Well, it is true that there is some pattern between when religious experiences occur in people's lives, young women going through puberty, and middle-aged men. Well, there's a pattern there. But that doesn't mean that all religious experiences can be dismissed psychologically. That would be a leap of logic. And even if they could all be explained psychologically, Carl Jung, who is a very famous psychologist, would say there's no way to know whether those psychological episodes are isolated or whether they've been put there by an outside power. And therefore, it is perfectly possible, if God exists, that he can use psychological episodes to reveal himself to those individuals. The religious experience argument for the existence of God has challenges that perhaps cause it problems, none of which I don't think are completely detrimental to the argument. But let me repeat the argument just for the sake of repetition and consolidation. The argument says that things are as they seem, the principle of credulity. And because things are as they seem, people's experiences of the divine are as they seem. They are appearances of the divine. They are experiences of God. And therefore we should take them seriously as proof that God does exist. We can't have an experience of something unless that whatever we're experiencing does in fact exist objectively.